Remember to subscribe and like this video if you enjoy watching our videos to support us, and hit the bell button to be notified of new video releases. If you need captions, press on the gear button and then choose subtitles in the language of your choice. Let's look at how to travel from Glasgow to Duck Bay. So the first option is by car. It takes 41 minutes, which is the shortest route to Duck Bay. I'm going to show you some details on the left-hand side of the screen. You can pause the video and take note of these details. I'm going to do the same for public transportation as well. It does take longer if you use public transport, an hour's journey. So we're traveling along the A82 again in order to get to Duck Bay. You'll be familiar with this if you have seen our video going to Luss. When you travel along this road, you need to take a right into this side road here. I'm just going to show you which direction we came from, and then you turn right. There should be a sign on the left on the main road saying Cameron House, Duck Bay. Tourist information boards in Scotland are brown, so that's one way to figure out which are tourist information signs and which are road signs. So that's the Duck Bay sign. So we're going to turn left for Duck Bay. Cameron House we'll look at another video, so that's to the right hand side. But we're going to the left this time. As you travel up the road, you'll find that there's different options for accommodations dotted here and there. So there are luxury accommodations to my right here, before we see Duck Bay restaurant, cafe, and hotel itself. So there you go, there's some signs to mark where that area is. That's the car park. There's a space, that's a little ice cream shop. There's a space to the back of the restaurant and the hotel, so you can sit out and eat on sunny days. The hotel's been recently renovated, so it used to be a brown color, but now it's lovely in blue. So that's the hotel rooms that you can see at the white part of the building, the left, and that's the restaurant area. And then you can't see this on Google Maps, but I'll show you some photos. If you go to the back of the hotel and restaurant, that's where you have the pier that juts out onto Loch Lomond. If I travel up the road again, right next to the accommodation, so that's more rooms, there's an outdoor seating area as well there behind the gate, but to the left hand side of it is a little beach area. People usually park on the road on the single yellow line, and then they make their way with their kayaks or water sport activity, things like jet skis and stuff. But that's a great way to enter the beach and the water area. And to the left hand side is a huge picnic area where people play games, and there's benches dotted here and there, you can see to my left, where people usually have barbecues or picnics outside. If you go further up the road, you'll see that Duck Bay has further luxury cottage accommodation. So the cottage is being split into two. So there's two sides, so you can enter both sides via the individual gates given to them. And outside is a little hut to the left, which has a jacuzzi in it. So there's a partition in between, so you have enough privacy when you're outside, and ample parking space for multiple family members or friends to park. It's a beautiful area, and it has a great view right across Loch Lomond. So that's the gate area for the right hand side of the cottage to go in, and left hand side is similar. So I thought this would be a good time to show you Duck Bay's official website. So this is where you can find much more information than I'm able to share on this video. It has accommodation, it has dining, different options for dining. So if we take a look at the rooms and areas to eat and some of the menu items, I think that will be helpful for you to be prepared ahead of your trip. So it's important to note that there's all-day dining with options to dine in their restaurant, their coffee shop, or the bar. The little ice cream hut that we saw earlier is open seasonally. And there's even a little stall at the back of the hotel where you can buy coffees and things and other drinks and sit outside. So see, these are some of the options that they've got available to you. And you can click on the menus to find out more information in your own time. Bobby's is Duck Bay's more formal dining experience. It has beautiful views onto Loch Lomond, depending on where you're seated. To the back of the restaurant is where you need to be seated if you want a view onto the loch. So here's the menu for Bobby's, just to give you a taster of what to expect. So if we look at the accommodations options, there's different rooms for you to choose from. So Duck Bay, like we said, or like we saw earlier, sorry, has cottage options as well as room options. So we take a look at the photos for the rooms inside the actual hotel. So this was the seating out area I was talking about if you stayed at the hotel. You have your own little private area to sit down. And then if you look at the photos of the cottages up close and also inside the rooms to see what they're like. So that's the entrance that we saw. This is some of the photos of what the inside of the cottage looks like, including a jacuzzi, which is based outside in a little separate shed area or hut area. And it's got beautiful grounds surrounding the cottage. There's lots of things you can do. There's water sports. You can go for walks along the loch. And then a place to eat is not too far away, so it's very convenient. These are some of the prices that you can see on the website, which I'll link below in the description box. The website also helpfully has a link which takes you to things that you can do around Loch Lomond area. It gives you a little bit about its history and activities that you can do there. And that's a photo of the pier in the back of the hotel. Oh, that's a really great shot. Okay, so back to the map. We're heading along the road just across from the cottages. You can see the view onto Loch Lomond. But if you go further up the road, there's more accommodation. It's another traditional cottage to the left-hand side called Water's Edge Cottage, again with phenomenal views onto Loch Lomond. So as we go up along the road again, you'll be led outside onto the main road of A82. Before we do that, on the right hand side, so there's a viewing point along this fence. Many areas to look at Loch Lomond, but on the right hand side, there's another accommodation area. But this is how it goes, so that's the accommodation area, and this is how it rejoins the A82 once again. Now I'm just going to share some photos of what different areas of Duck Bay look like that we can't see on Google Maps. So this is the seating area right in front of Duck Bay restaurant with the car park to the right hand side. This is the front of the restaurant itself. There's a sign at the beginning which is helpful so you know where the different sites of the hotel and restaurant are. There's a cute little area beside the car park where you can take photographs with the Stickman family. Aside from the side car park, which is fully packed usually on a summer's day, there are other parking spaces directly in front of the hotel as well. Across from the hotel is a public parking area, so you can use that as an overflow car park as well. Here's a photo of the car park in front of the hotel. There's disabled parking spaces as well as ordinary parking spaces. So this is the front area, so that's the main reception where you can see the tower block. To the left is accommodation, but behind the whole building is the Duck Bay Marina where you can sit outside to have something to drink. Behind that area you can see an entire room is looking onto the Loch Lomond area. That is Bobby's restaurant that we seen earlier on their website. Here's a closer look at the seating area that you have at the Duck Bay Marina area. Right beside the marina area is this pier that shoots out onto Loch Lomond. People usually use it to take photographs from. I don't think it's in commercial use, however. At the very end of the pier, these are the type of views that you'll be greeted by. Moving past the Duck Bay restaurant and hotel area, right beside it is the beach, so this is a shot of it from far away. It's a small area of sand. It's a great place if you have something heavy like a kayak in order to enter the water easily. I'm just spinning the camera around to show you how you would enter the beach area. So there's a little narrow space where the walled fence ends and Duck Bay starts. So that's how you would enter. So we're just to the left hand side of Duck Bay restaurant. You can see the entrance here a lot more clearly. If you come out of the beach area and head up the road like we did on Google Maps, you'll find the cottages that we showed you on Google Maps. And further down the road is the Water's Edge Cottage. Thanks for watching today, and I'll leave you with this beautiful scenery out onto Loch Lomond. I'll see you in the next video.